beyond languages, beyond horizons. Kotoba Camp.
Fulfill.
Fulfill.
To carry out or complete something, to satisfy or meet requirements.
实现、完成、满足、符合要求。
Mitochondria fulfill essential metabolic functions in eukaryotic cells by generating energy through cellular respiration. Neural networks must fulfill specific computational requirements to effectively process complex patterns.
Ancient astronomical instruments fulfilled multiple purposes in measuring celestial movements.
Natural selection ensures that organisms fulfill adaptive requirements for survival in their environment.
Quantum mechanics fulfilled the need to explain atomic scale phenomena that classical physics could not address.
Fulfillment.
Fulfillment.
The fulfillment of experimental protocols requires precise measurement techniques. Fulfilled.
Fulfilled. Each hypothesis must be fulfilled through rigorous testing and validation. Accomplish, achieve, complete, satisfy.
完成、实现、完结、满足。
Fail, neglect, abandon, ignore.
失败、忽视、放弃、忽略。
Furnish.
Furnish.
To provide or supply something, to equip with what is needed.
提供、供应、配备、装备。
The fossils discovered in this region furnish evidence of ancient marine ecosystems. The geological samples from deep-sea cores furnish valuable data about past climate conditions.
The newly discovered cave paintings furnish insights into prehistoric human behavior.
The extensive DNA analysis furnished conclusive proof of the species' evolutionary pathway.
The archaeological site continues to furnish artifacts that challenge our understanding of ancient civilizations.
Furnished.
Furnished.
The laboratory furnished with advanced equipment enabled groundbreaking research in molecular biology. Furnishing.
Furnishing. The furnishing of accurate data is crucial for valid scientific conclusions. Provide, supply, equip, outfit.
提供、供应、配备、装备。
Withhold, withdraw, remove, deprive.
保留、撤回、移除、剥夺。
Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit.
A temperature scale where water freezes at 32 degrees and boils at 212 degrees. Relating to or measured using this temperature scale.
华氏温标，华氏的。
The human body maintains a core temperature of approximately 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit through complex thermoregulatory mechanisms. In extreme desert conditions, surface temperatures can exceed 120 degrees Fahrenheit, making cellular processes highly challenging for organisms.
The laboratory must maintain a constant temperature of 68 degrees Fahrenheit to ensure the stability of sensitive biochemical reactions.
The growth of certain bacterial cultures requires precise temperature control within a range of 95 to 100 degrees Fahrenheit.
Medical research has found that fever temperatures above 103 degrees Fahrenheit can indicate severe systemic inflammation.
Fahrenheitic.
Fahrenheitic.
The meteorological instruments recorded Fahrenheitic measurements throughout the atmospheric study. Fahrenheitish.
Fahrenheitish. The thermal sensors detected Fahrenheitish variations in the experimental chamber. Celsius, Kelvin, centigrade, thermal.
摄氏开尔文百分度热的
On thermal, hyperthermic, cryogenic, subfreezing.
非热的低温的超低温的冰点以下的
Faucet.
Faucet.
A device that controls the flow of water or other liquid from a pipe.
水龙头旋塞
Microbiological analysis revealed that bacterial contamination in hospital faucets decreased significantly after the installation of antimicrobial filters. The environmental study demonstrated that retrofitting buildings with water-efficient faucets reduced consumption by approximately 50%.
Researchers observed significant variations in microbial communities between hot and cold water faucets in residential buildings.
The laboratory's specialized faucets maintain precise flow rates essential for chemical titration procedures.
Automated sensor faucets in healthcare facilities have demonstrated superior infection control compared to manual systems.
Fauceted.
Fauceted.
The fauceted water distribution system enabled precise control of flow rates in the experimental setup. Faucetry.
Faucetry. Modern faucetry design incorporates both water conservation and ergonomic principles. Tap, spigot, valve, spout.
水龙头栓塞阀门出水口
Plug, stopper, seal, barrier.
塞子堵头密封障碍物
Flap.
Flap.
A piece of tissue, skin, or material that is attached on one side and can move freely. To move up and down or back and forth.
一片瓣膜拍动挥动
The epiglottis flap prevents food particles from entering the trachea during the swallowing process. Analysis of wing morphology revealed that the primary flight feathers create distinct flap patterns during different phases of avian locomotion.
The heart valves flap rhythmically to maintain unidirectional blood flow through the cardiovascular system.
Modifications to the skin flap technique have significantly improved post-surgical healing and reconstructive procedures.
The structural integrity of the wing flaps directly influences the aerodynamic efficiency of bird flight.
Flapping.
Flapping.
The flapping mechanism of insect wings involves complex interactions between muscle contractions and elastic deformation. Flapless.
Flapless. The flapless design of certain aircraft control surfaces requires alternative aerodynamic solutions. Wave, flutter, oscillate, vibrate.
挥动颤动震荡震动
Still, motionless, stationary, fixed.
静止的不动的固定的固定的
Flash.
Flash.
To emit or reflect light suddenly and briefly. A sudden burst of light or brilliance.
闪光闪现闪光闪现
The bioluminescent organisms flash brilliantly in response to environmental stimuli. Lightning flashes ionize the surrounding air, creating pathways for electrical discharge in the atmosphere.
Neural synapses flash with electrical activity during memory formation and recall.
The photosynthetic reaction occurs in a flash when chlorophyll molecules absorb specific wavelengths of light.
Fireflies use synchronized flashing patterns as a mechanism for mate selection and species recognition.
Flashback.
Flashback.
Traumatic memories can manifest as vivid flashbacks in post-traumatic stress disorder patients. Flashing.
Flashing. The flashing neurons indicated rapid signal transmission across the neural network. Gleam, glint, sparkle, glimmer.
闪烁、闪耀、发亮、微光。
Dim, dull, fade, darken.
暗淡、迟钝、褪色、变暗。
Flask.
Flask.
A container typically made of glass, with a narrow neck, used especially in laboratories for holding liquids.
烧瓶、实验瓶、瓶子。
The chemist carefully heated the solution in an Erlenmeyer flask while monitoring the temperature changes. The reaction mixture in the volumetric flask required precise measurement to maintain stoichiometric ratios.
Microbial cultures were incubated in sterile conical flasks under controlled conditions.
The round-bottom flask contained a catalyst that facilitated the organic synthesis reaction.
The researcher used a vacuum flask to maintain the temperature of the cryogenic sample.
Flaskful.
Flaskful.
A flaskful of the bacterial culture was transferred to the growth medium. Flasket.
Flasket. The flasket of rare isotopes was carefully stored in the laboratory's secure facility. Beaker, vial, container, vessel.
烧杯、小瓶、容器、器皿。
Jar, bottle, cylinder, tube.
罐子、瓶子、圆筒、试管。
Flavoring.
Flavoring.
A substance added to food or drink to give it a particular taste. To add or enhance the taste of food or drink.
调味料、香料、调味、加味。
Vanilla flavoring contains over 200 different organic compounds that create its distinctive aroma and taste. Mediterranean cultures preserved their food using natural flavoring compounds extracted from local herbs and spices.
The unique flavoring molecules in fermented soybeans contribute to their complex taste profile.
Natural flavoring substances in mint leaves remain stable even after the drying process.
Essential oils serve as concentrated flavoring agents in traditional Mediterranean cuisine.
Flavorful.
Flavorful.
The aromatic compounds in basil leaves create distinctly flavorful Mediterranean dishes. Flavored.
Flavored. Salt-flavored compounds trigger specific responses in human taste receptors. Seasoning, spice, additive, essence.
调味料、香料、添加剂、精华。
Bland, tasteless, insipid, flavorless.
淡而无味的、无味的、乏味的、无滋味的。
Flock.
Flock.
A group of birds, sheep or goats that stay and move together. To move or gather together in a large group.
群、羊群、鸟群，聚集、成群结队。
Migratory birds form precise V-shaped flocks to minimize energy expenditure during long-distance flights. Individual birds in a flock maintain specific distances from their neighbors through complex spatial awareness.
Arctic terns synchronize their movements within the flock during their annual pole-to-pole migration.
Starlings demonstrate remarkable coordination when flocking together at dusk.
Mountain goats flock to mineral-rich outcrops during specific seasons.
Flocking.
Flocking.
The flocking patterns of migrating geese optimize both navigation and energy conservation. Flocked.
Flocked. The flocked butterflies created vibrant patterns across the mountain slopes. Herd, swarm, congregation, multitude.
兽群、蜂群、聚集、众多。
Disperse, scatter, separate, divide.
分散、散开、分离、分开。
Flu.
Flu.
A common viral infection that affects the respiratory system, short for influenza.
流感、感冒。
Seasonal flu viruses undergo rapid genetic mutations that enable them to evade immune system recognition. Antibody responses to flu infections provide varying degrees of protection against subsequent viral strains.
Historical analysis reveals that flu pandemics occur when novel viral strains emerge in human populations.
Neuraminidase inhibitors can reduce flu transmission when administered early in the infection.
Cross-reactive immunity between different flu strains influences vaccination effectiveness.
Influenza.
Influenza.
Annual influenza vaccination strategies must account for viral evolutionary patterns. Flu-like.
Flu-like. The emergence of flu-like symptoms triggered enhanced surveillance protocols. Virus, infection, ailment, disease.
病毒、感染、疾病、病症。
Health, wellness, immunity, resistance.
健康、康健、免疫力、抵抗力。
Well done. Take a break and remember to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Let's keep our learning motivation fresh.
Language is the roadmap of a culture.